In today's video, I wanted to discuss a project I've been working on throughout the summer. I'm going to be selling a bunch of my crochet at a local market fair. I wanted to do a video on that process and what this experience has been like so far because this is the first time I've ever done a market fair. I have links to all of these patterns in the description box below, so please check them out. These were all amazing patterns written by really talented pattern writers. I used a combination of paid and free patterns. I justified this cost because I buy patterns all the time. I love supporting crochet artists, and I know I would have just bought these patterns whether I was going to sell the items or not. So I'm going to start with the really advanced crazy stuff first. So I made some Amigurumi dolls. This is my favorite one that I made. This is a crochet artist that I just recently discovered on Etsy, and this is just insanely cute. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to sell this in all honesty. I'm so proud of this. I don't know. I love this more than anything. I don't know how much I can even charge for something like this. I don't even know if someone would even buy it. But I do know that when you sell these products, unfortunately, you can't really factor in hours of labor. This took a really long time. I might just have it on display as a showpiece to catch people's attention. I might give it a really high price tag so that no one does buy it, so that I can secretly just keep it myself. But this was an awesome project. I have this artist in the description box below, so please check this creator out. The next really intricate pattern I have is the Unicorn Girl by Jo Gilly. I've made quite a few of her patterns in the past. I absolutely love this pattern. I've made it once before, so I can part with this one, but it was a joy to make it a second time. The next doll, this is Sophie the Princess. This is another Jo Gilly crochet pattern. This one's just really cute. I really love this one. I love her dress, the little crown. She has really long hair. So this one I would consider a more of a mid-tier doll because it's not as detailed and intricate as the other ones, but it did take a long time to make. The next intricate doll I made is Autumn Chica Doll by Newman's Corner. This one also is really cute. This took a really long time to make as well, so I'm not quite sure how I'm even going to be able to price these dolls because they took a really long time, and I also really love them, so I might just look for an excuse to keep them. Next we have Joy by Nina Hook Creations. She makes absolutely beautiful patterns. I've made quite a few of them over the years that I've kept for myself. This one is also, I would say, a mid-range. It's a little more detailed than the other one, so I'm gonna figure out a price for this in the mid-range category. Next we have Mermaid by Crochet Garage. She's another amazing crochet artist. It's really cute, and I hope someone will want it. Lastly, I have this oversized fairy. It's called the Baby Fairy, and this is by Green Frog Crochet. She makes really cute patterns also. I had never seen a doll in this large plush kind of yarn before, so I wanted to try it out and see how it went. It's really cute. Even though she's Tinkerbell, her hair reminds me of Taylor Swift when she had bangs. I have 3 pumpkins that I made in the same way that my recent video was about. The next level of things that I made were animal amigurumi. I made this toucan. This is by Arali Design. Really cute. I love his blue feet. This was a really fun little pattern to make. This pattern, I was shocked. This is a free pattern. It's called the Spring Kitty. So it's our famous cat dressed as a bee. And this is by Eugenia Verstaljevich. This one is really cute. It's very detailed. I absolutely loved making this one. Next, I made 2 jellyfish patterned by Arnada, and these were really cute. This one, I don't know if the camera will pick it up. On the blue tentacles, I actually used a glittery thread alongside it so it catches in the light. I made 2 jellyfish. I made this cute baby bat by Sasaru Designs. I made a second one in a large blanket yarn. I made these cute married peas in a pod. The one pea has his tuxedo, and then we have the bride with her veil. This is from a website called Knit2. This was a free pattern. I made this cat that's in a teacup. I made a rainbow, which this took a really long time, which surprised me a lot. I made this once before, quite a number of years ago, but it took a really long time. There were a lot of ends that needed to be sewn in, and I was really surprised by how complex this was, even though it looks like a pretty simple pattern. I have a chick wearing a frog hat, another Hello Kitty in her classic pink overalls, a chicken, a frog, a bee with a bow. This was my pattern. A snail, a little catch-all jewelry box basket with a tulip detail on the top, a kiss clasp coin purse. This was cool. This was the first time I ever did something like that. I really liked making that, but I didn't make more. I wish I had. In terms of this tier of items, also a sunflower coin purse that has a zipper. And this was kind of cool because I put the zipper in with my sewing machine, and I had never sewn on crochet before. I made a handful of scrunchies. Some of them were made on the knitting machine. Some of them were made by hand. This one took a really long time also. I don't know if you can see, but it actually has a very intricate pattern on it. It was really nice. These I just made up a pattern. It was just cute, you know, sort of no-tangle scrunchies. This was a really beautiful bow pattern that I found on YouTube. I have the link in the description box, so please check that out if you're interested. This was really, really pretty. And then I made a bunch of keychains. So I have a strawberry keychain, a bee keychain, the evil eye keychain, which I made in a video. This one I don't have a link for. I lost the pattern for this one. It's like a lotus flower. I really love this pattern. If anyone knows what this is, could you please just send me a message who made this, because I'd like to make this again. It was made by a YouTuber and I just don't remember what the link was. I lost the link. Made a whale keychain. This is a sunflower bag charm. So you loop it around your purse and then you flip that through. Also a very tiny little pouch, maybe for a lipstick or a chapstick. Made a tulip keychain, a daisy keychain, a sunflower keychain, a paw print keychain, a little ghost, which I thought was cute. And then this strawberry I turned into a pouch slash keychain, but this was actually a pattern that was to make a strawberry purse, and I just turned it into a keychain. I just used a really thin thread. I also have this oversized strawberry, which I just kind of made up as I went along. I'm also selling a bunch of hats that I've had videos on. So I have the Minnie Mouse hat. I also have the Minnie Mouse hat in white, which I used for my video, my baseball hat. This was a hat I made when I first got the knitting machine. I thought this yarn was kind of interesting. This is more like a child size hat. This is the bee hat that I made, and my Hello Kitty hat. I only made 4 barrettes, but I'm going to bring them. I also have a little graveyard box here of things that are not completely done. So I have an African flower keychain here, but I have to fix the keyring part of it, but this part is fine. So this won't take long to fix. I have a little house key thing that I made. This is my own pattern. I need to fix the keyring part. Will only take around 5 minutes. I have a pouch here that has a flower that I just haven't put on yet. Another pouch that I made that has a flower that I haven't put on, and a bee that doesn't have any wings. I don't know if I'm going to get around to fixing these items. If I don't, I can always just bring them to another event. And then lastly, I made 18 bracelets so far. Started making bracelets. I thought that was a cute little thing to have for maybe like $5 or $7. They have all like just kind of cute phrases on them, you know, just like words of affirmations, little things that I kind of saw when I was looking online of what people make with bracelets. But these were really cute. I did make one that has my name on it. You know, I feel like people might take an interest in that as well. So far I've taken pictures of every item to post it on Instagram. So I have a little catalog of what I make. I've made an Excel spreadsheet of all of my items. And now I need to add price tags to everything. So these are the price tags I bought. Trying to keep my costs low because I've never done this before. And I know that there are startup costs that come with doing a craft show, especially when you're first starting out. So I think the biggest challenge that I'm facing right now is that I don't really know how I'm going to price these items. I don't know what these items are worth. I don't know like what's considered a good price or a bad price. So that's my challenge. Some of the smaller items, I know how I'm going to price them. Like I know that this scrunchie is going to be between $10 or $15, but this bow took a really long time, and so I can't just charge $10 for this bow. So that's the conundrum that I'm facing with this, and I know that that's why a lot of times people make simpler items. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. So right now all I'm doing is putting price tags on each item, but I haven't actually written the prices in yet because I don't know what these prices are going to be, but I figured this is the legwork. It's annoying. I also made this bright yellow scrunchie. I don't even remember why I made this, but you know, there might be someone who really likes yellow. So other things that I've taken into consideration while doing this is the price of materials. I kept all my receipts. I have to make a list of everything that I've spent between buying patterns, which I guess is a startup cost because I would make those items again, and also my own silly kind of personality where I know I would have bought them anyway, so I don't know how I can even rationalize that in my mind. The yarn that I use is always Shaka Meyer's Catania for my amigurumi. I've been using their yarn for years. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just love their yarn. I think it's pretty standard for people who make amigurumi. It's a mercerized cotton and it just is a really beautiful yarn, but I did use a lot of yarn. But I also say to myself, that yarn is cheaper than the giant thick blanket yarn, which is around $5 or $6 a skein, whereas the Catania is around $3 a skein. So other things that I learned while doing this process, because I made such a wide array of items, I learned a lot of techniques that I realized I didn't know before. I've been crocheting my entire life, but all those key rings and things, you know, I read so many different types of patterns. It was really eclectic. So it was a very big learning experience for me. So anyway, I do view this like one big experiment, and I want to see, what are people gravitating towards? What are they interested in? You know, I have a suspicion people are only going to want to buy like the $10 items, $15 items. Maybe people are only going to want to buy the bracelets. So I have no idea. This is going to really inform what I do going forward. If I even want to do it again, I don't know. This was a lot of work. The other weird thing is, and I don't know if anyone else ever feels like this, but you can feel like you work and work and work on something for months on end, and then when you're done, you feel like you don't even have that many things to show for. So I don't know, that was weird too. There were long stretches where I wasn't crocheting. I was out of town for a while. There were days where I would try to make a pattern that I was unfamiliar with, and for whatever reason the pattern just wasn't working out for me, and so a day of crocheting was lost because of that. So a lot of that would happen, so it wasn't consistent crocheting that whole time. By the end though, I was really trying to crochet 2 small things a day. So I would say to myself, all right, I'm going to make 2 keychains today, and that's what I would do. I'm not posting about pricing because I don't know yet how I'm going to charge for all of these items. I will say this, I'm not desperate to sell, so I'm not going to do like blowout prices by the end of the evening or anything like that. All of these dolls, I have tons of dolls that I've made. They'll just join my family until the next fair, or I'm just keep them for myself. And all these other items I can always just give away as gifts to friends or family. I'm not willing to do budget prices for my work. It did take a really long time. So I'm going to end this video now because all I'm doing is putting on these price tags, and I will get back to you guys when the event is over and I'll tell you how it went. And I'm really curious how it goes. I hope it goes well. And that's that. Bye.